Hi Kyla, I'm looking at your week 4 assignment 2. Your text looks good, it's descriptive. You went back and looked at the different meanings, so that's excellent. Um, Now for the triad palette, you have chosen your colors correctly. The one thing that I'm looking at for everyone is to make sure that each color within the palette is distinctive. The reason for that is because you're going to take one of these palettes and make use of them for assignment 3. So when I look at assignment 3, I need to be able to identify 16 different colors. So that means that here I also need to be able to identify 16 separate colors. They can be similar, but they can't look enough the same that my mind would be confused. So when I'm looking at these two, that's pretty good. I don't think I'd get confused there. These two, however, they barely shift at all. So make sure that one of these changes just a little bit. Um, these two are pretty close as well. I'd say shift one of them just a little bit more. Perhaps it could go darker. You don't have any blacks in this palette, by the way, and since you're talking about Halloween, you're absolutely welcome to add black. You could also add plain old gray in there too for your palette. In addition to maybe some darker tones, that'd be fine. Let's see. So yeah, I would say that these two are the same. On the same level, basically these two are also the same. Just a little too much. Like if this was placed directly on top of this, I probably could see the difference. But if they are separated in any way in the composition, I really would have trouble with it. So make sure that this one and this one definitely feel, maybe just add a little bit more tone to this, or like a little bit more gray. Okay, so these two, in my opinion, are too close. Maybe nudge one again into a little bit more of the gray zone. These two also are too similar. These two are fine, and these two are fine, except again, this one just does feel probably a little bit too close to this one. Now, there is an issue with this one, though, because blue is not one of your colors, and this is actually a variation of blue. So this will have to get shifted out to be an actual tonal variation of your green. So for that to happen, it would be, if this is your tone for the, but you want it as a green tone, you just have to shift it over into the greens, and then you would have that. Now, again, you have to make sure when you're doing it that they don't get too close to these two, but right now that is a completely separate hue that's apart from your choices, so that would have to change. I do fear that this one also is probably a little bit too bright compared to the purple you chose, but let's just check this. It's not that big of a difference. It's a little bit brighter, but it's not that. This one is an issue though, because this is a variation of magenta, so be careful about that one. All right, moving over to the tetrad. Again, you chose correctly, so those are correct for that one also. Now, moving over to the colors. I think these purples are too similar. These two are definitely too similar. These two are too similar. Even these two are too similar, and then these two are too similar. So you'll have to change probably two of those out so that they can react. Like this one to me versus this one, yeah, I can spot the difference. But the rest of them, they're just too similar. Moving to the oranges, these are fine. Again, these ones are too similar. These ones are too similar. This one's fine. It's distinct enough, I think, from this purple and this purple that you could do it. And then these two blues, these are two very different blues, so let's go take a look at why that's happening. So your chosen color is blue, right? This, however, is more of a blue-violet. That would actually be this hue. So you will need to modify that particular color here to either be one of your violets or to be one of your blues. So what happening here is, this is moving up the scale there, so it's a little bit too different in hue, not even just in value. Okay, I hope all that makes sense. I think both of your ideas for what the composition could be for assignment 3 are excellent. I think they could work really well. Again, you are welcome to use flat black or white and or gray. They could be added into your palettes in any of those ones if you'd like to. All right, I hope that's enough to get you going. Let me know if you have any questions.